And get started. So thanks everybody for dialing in. My name is Tim Arens, and I have been a U.S. soccer ref here for 7 years, and this is my first year as a Illinois soccer referee mentor. Zach Gator was originally going to give tonight's podcast, but we had a little bit of juggling we had to do. So the materials we're going to cover today were provided to me about 24 hours ago. So bear with me. The goal of tonight's seminar is we are going to cover yellow cards and red cards. The entire goal really is to have a open discussion. So it looks like you should be able to take yourself off of mute at any time and participate in this evening's call. What's on the agenda is we're going to cover what are yellow cards, cautions, what is a red card, excessive force, and what are just your normal fouls. And again, since I didn't make up all of the material and the videos that we're going to watch today, I am going to start off with the video here that was put on by another uh, Illinois soccer referee partner. So we have the Minnesota Soccer Referee Committee. If you've never seen one of their videos, they do a really good job at ongoing continuing education for their officials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a quick video here that I think does a really good job at explaining to us what is the difference between just your normal fouls, what would be a reckless foul, and what would be that of an excessive force. So bear with me here while I share my screen, and we will. All right. I'm going to make this full screen here. It's about 4 minutes, so bear with me, and then we'll have some good discussion and get into our clips for this evening. All right. So the whole goal of this is really to tee up the conversation. So So today, when we review our four foul clips, I'm going to ask people to go ahead and partake in open discussion. Um, as the YouTube video highlighted really well, we may not all come to consensus on what is just a normal foul, what is a foul that meets the threshold of a reckless challenge, or that of which might reach the threshold of excessive force. So as I mentioned in the video, right, there's the informal concept of an orange card, what blends between a yellow card and a red card, and how two referees might not see that from the exact same lens. But really, as long as we can talk and justify ourselves when we take these fouls into consideration, um, I think we're all going to be set up to succeed. And as long as you can defend your stance, there really is no incorrect answer. So as we walk through these clips, keep in mind the FIFA considerations, right? And if you don't have a list of those, you can probably find them online, or we can make them available after this webinar. But really think through those questions, right? Most importantly, what's the point of contact? You know, are we talking soft tissues, hard tissues, a natural soccer play, in natural soccer play? Are we talking about a mode of contact that is a shin guard hitting somebody and making a trip, compared to studs being exposed, compared to contacts being made with elbows or forearms, or an arrogant or an erroneous wrist flying up in the air, making contact with the face that can be misconceived as a strike. Let's think through all of these scenarios in the exact same list of considerations, so that we can all be talking the same language when we're justifying whether we think a foul is just a traditional foul, a careless foul, or a foul with excessive force. So we're going to go ahead and pull up a yellow card or red card here for clip one.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
All right, so we're gonna go through this a couple times here. So that was it, just at normal speed. So we'll let everybody get another view of this here.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
All right, we'll do it a third time here.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
Oh, you can't see the clip. All right, let me try that again. Thanks, Matt, for letting me know. We'll just do this. You can look at my entire screen here.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
All right, here's your second view of it.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
All right, and just we'll do it one last time. The foul is what occurs here at the end of the clip that we're going to discuss.
Swing into the box, 10 for Mariona. Heel going down.
All right, so I'll go ahead and open up the floor here. Does anybody want to go ahead and jump in and explain what they thought? And if you want to, I can display the video and we can pause it at that critical moment. But really, we're looking for anybody here to volunteer. If you have to listen to me for the next half hour, y'all are going to be really bored really quick. Alan, you can't see. Is everybody having the same problem as Alan? All right, let me try this again then.
Big swing into the box, intended for Mariota. Heel going down. Big swing into the box, intended for Mariota. Heel going down. Big swing into the box, intended for Mariota. Heel going down.
All right, so hopefully that was better for everybody. Just sharing it as a clip. Alan, I wish it was, but these aren't my videos. Unfortunately, I don't know where they came from. All right, so we're just gonna have to do the best with what we have here. I don't know if that was a little better. Okay. All right, so I think if we come back up and I scroll back up, Sam, you had mentioned depends on the studs here. Can you explain that to us a little more? And you should be able to unmute yourself. Here, let's try this. Okay, so yeah, Sam, you saying that so that the defender studs were not completely up, so you would give a yellow. So understanding what the considerations are, why would you give a caution over this just being a normal foul? Patrick, you should be able to just unmute yourself, but if not, yeah, if you could pop in and unmute them, or shoot me a text with how to, and I can unmute everybody. All right, bear with me 1 second. We'll get it so that everybody's unmuted here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now, Sam. Yeah. Thanks, Patrick.
All right, you should be good. Everybody should be able to unmute their mic now. The microphone should be enabled.
Appreciate it. All right, so Sam, I see you're off mute. You want to go ahead and walk us through your thought process on why you would issue a caution here?
So I think this back to the point of reckless versus excessive force. I think if the stud, depending on like the angle of the stud, like if the stud are hitting like if the studs are hitting like the top of the player's cleat versus really like making contact with the shin, that's a huge difference in my opinion. I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but that's how I would look at it.
Sam, no wrong answers here. Let's watch it one more time. And let me ask you this time when you're making your judgment, help walk me through what's the speed of the challenge here, right? What's the intensity of this? And is the defender trying to make a message or is this just more so a lingering foot out there trying to win a ball kind of in a lazy fashion?
I would have to see it. Let me see.
Swing into the box, intended for Mariota.
Oh, yeah. See, in my estimate, I see it now. It's definitely a message. Like he was going.
Yeah, let me see if I can pause it here. Point of contact. All right. So where are we at on the field here, right? The ball just was cleared out of the box, right? Yeah. When you think of the number of attackers and how promising this might be, right? Let's just say this attacker, it looks like it's 10 or 19, gets around the defender. Where are we at on the field? This is a USL 1 game, so obviously very talented soccer players here. Is this enough room? Would you ever consider this stopping a promising attack?
I am not sure. It's I mean, he is almost like in his own half, almost in the middle of the park. So I don't know. I would honestly judge this based on the conduct and the veracity of the foul, not the. I don't think it's a terribly promising attack. He wasn't on a breakaway or anything. I mean, like he wasn't like. I don't know. I don't consider this. He was in his own half, and he had a bunch of defenders in front of him.
So I think there's either two black defenders back here or three, and he has one fellow attacker with him, right? So, so I think you said, in conclusion, you feel that this was reckless then?
Yes.
Okay. Sam, thank you for being the first one to jump in. I do appreciate it. Does anybody else have a different opinion that would take a different stance on this clip? Okay, Sam. Well done. We'll consider that a unanimous decision. Now, in my opinion, and it's my job to challenge the thought process here of the team. If this isn't a promising attack, if you feel that this is just a lazy tackle being made by that defender, and you're just going to call a plain simple foul here, I think you can very well defend that stance as well. When we talked through, right, what was the speed of the challenge? It's not fast by any means. I do think they do a good job of getting the foot. The defender has the foot close to the ground. The ankle's not locked with studs exposed. I feel that, you could very well, depending on heat of the match, where what the background between the two teams are, what you're looking at here, and I think you could very well justify this as just being a normal challenge, as a careless foul too.
So I have one more question. Does that also depend? Like it's minute 41 in the game, And does that also depend on how many times this particular player, if he had history in this game of like challenges, if this was like his third such challenge versus his first, does that make sense?
Yeah. So my understanding, Sam, of your question, right, is if this was going to be the foul that I get him for persistent infringement, would I
Yep.
give him the card in this challenge? Um, if I haven't publicly talked to him, so we're 40 minutes in, if this is foul 3, 4, 5, this is a good chance to talk to him. Make a public display. Hey, you're 4 fouls in. We're 40 minutes in. Don't do it again. And that I would manage the game in that way because this is a pretty, in my opinion, if you're not going to give a caution for stopping a promising attack, this is a very soft challenge to be giving a yellow card on. In my opinion, right? It's a very slow impact challenge. Again, he's there right when the player and the ball are there. He's not egregiously late by any means, and he's not really, meeting any of that criteria for me. So personally, I would use this opportunity to publicly warn the individual, pull him to the side, make a big display out of it instead of issuing a card just with the complete lack of intensity on the foul. Does that make sense, Sam?
Yep. Thank you.
Great. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into clip 2 here.
Final spot in the semifinals by scoring the most goals outside of the group winners. Estacho couldn't bring it down. They get a second go at it. They're going to blow the whistle with Benza.
Oh, okay, we're going to watch this one again.
Final spot in the semifinals by scoring the most goals outside of the group winners. Estacho couldn't bring it down. They get a second go at it. They're going to blow the whistle with Benza.
All right, let's see if we can pause it here right where the contact happens. Oh, it's frozen on my side too. All right. Sam, you walked us through your thoughts on the last one. I see Robert, you're on here. You were chatting through the first one. Abdelm, Carl, does anybody want to walk me through what they saw here on this clip?
Hey, I'll try. I mean, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm having a real hard time seeing these because it's like looking at a comic book, a frame at a time. But I mean, you can see right there, he's got his studs pointed right at the guy, mid-level body and that going after the ball. I cannot tell if contact is made from what I'm seeing here. But I mean, obviously, if contact's made with your studs sticking into the guy, that's bad.
Yeah. So Alan, will you talk me through your considerations here when you think through the intensity of the challenge, when you think through the point of contact, the mode of contact.
I mean,
Talk to me in your referee terms here.
Okay. I mean, I'm not great at that, but
Sure.
I mean, he doesn't, coming from a great distance in that. So I don't see a ton of force coming in here. But I mean, studs up pointing at the guy. That's just such a red flag for me.
Yeah.
I mean, are they making contact? I mean, like I said, I can't really tell. I mean, the frame that I'm looking at here, I don't see contact between them. I mean, at the very least, if there's no contact, I'm going to call, probably be getting close to a high kick. I can't tell how high his leg goes either in that. But I mean, I suspect based on the ball looks positioned a trifle over his foot, and that's obviously what he's going for. I'm not sure I would consider this necessarily. Again, those studs pointing at him is the real thing that's kind of pushing me in that between yellow and red here. If contact is made.
So let's operate under the assumption that this is contact made. All right.
Okay.
So if the contact is made here, right, we're talking about looks like the heel of a stud to just above the knee or into the knee.
Yeah,
And yep. So talk me through then. What would drive you to lean more towards showing a red card here versus showing a yellow
so
card here?
yeah. So the thing that's pulling me a little bit away from the red is I didn't see him, it was like, if from what I remember, it was like he more or less turned around and raised his foot up there. So it didn't look like a ton of force.
Yeah. I agree with you, Alan, in your assessment. And by the way, good job the second time around using your officiating terms, right? The studs being exposed as the mode of contact, right? The point of contact being the knee. I do like your analysis on the force here, right? This isn't two bodies running into each other, making a collision. I would view this as more so a reckless kind of throw of the body at that ball. To me, what always irks me as an official is um, this gentleman has probably 3+ feet of body above the waist to play that ball. I don't know why he chose the point that he usually walks on the ground. Right? It's terrifying to see these challenges, especially in that U15 to U19 range, because they move quicker. They aren't thinking as fast, and they're more scary challenges. Alan, while I've got you, at the end of this clip here, watch how this shakes out from where the official blows this dead to watch where the ball lands with 28 here.
Bring it down. We'll get a second go at it. They're going to blow the whistle with Ben's account.
All right. Did you catch when the official blew the play dead?
I mean, the thing that I caught there was it seemed to me that the black player actually probably made contact with the ball because the ball ended up going away from the goal.
By scoring the most goals outside of the group winners. SHO couldn't bring it down.
All right.
Go at it. And they're going to blow the whistle.
So the referee, the official, blows this play dead here. I keep double clicking. My apologies here. All right.
So the one thing that is hitting me here is I would be, the foul card or whatnot. I mean, I'm probably leaning a little more towards yellow than red, I guess, after thinking through it. The only problem is during a game is I don't get 5 minutes to think through it. But the ball seems like Green's got a decent shot at goal here. I do see there's a black defender between him and that, possibly blocking that. I kind of wonder if should have let the shot get off there to see what happened before blowing the whistle.
Yeah. So 9 here comes onto this ball and has what appears to be a really good shot on goal. Now, it's not direct. It looks like he's trying to do something cheeky and bend it in or whatnot. But I would encourage, if I were at this game, we have the toolkit of wait and see. Now, if this is going to be a red card challenge that we observed here, and you have bodies coming together, I would make the argument there's no way that we're going to wait and see if this guy gets a shot off, because we need to intervene before this becomes a mass confrontation. Now, in this case, you have somebody acknowledging, hey, I made a foul. I'm sorry. You have a player down, injured, or aching. But you have somebody here with probably, I don't know, this is eight yards. This player is probably within 25 yards out, looking to take a shot. I would encourage the official to let this play out next time. There are times where we may want a quick foul. There's maybe times where we need to slow the game down. I would really have loved to see the official let this play out. We can always come back and say, no, it's a
Bring it
foul.
back.
There was no advantage here. Or, yes, this is clear advantage. That's why we let it play out. You got a great shot on goal. Here's the sanction for this challenge here. We're coming out with a goal kick or a corner kick or a goal, right? But no, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, and well done. All right, let me make sure I share the screen again here for clip 3.
I have just a quick question, if that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say that the foul there deserves like a yellow card, right? And then we played advantage, and the number 9 like scored, right? Should we go back to the foul and give like give the defender a yellow card or not?
So the question is if we wait and see how this clip plays out, they get their shot off and the ball ends up in the back of the net, do we come back and caution the defender?
Yes.
The answer is absolutely. You have until that play resumes, or until you restart play. You have until you restart play to go back and issue that caution. Given by how that player goes down, I would assume if that ball goes in the net, that player is still probably on the ground. The defender is actively acknowledging it there. I think that if you came back and issued that caution, nobody would be upset or question you. But good question, right? Even if you wait and see, right? There's times where we're going to play advantage, right? The team that is fouled has a advantageous situation developing, and we need to go back and sanction a foul. You absolutely can do that, and you have until the next restart of play. It starts to get a little awkward if play drags on and drags on and drags on, and you have to go back and say, oh, this is it for 2, 3, 4 minutes ago. At that point, you have to start, thinking through, okay, make sure you're not forgetting what number that you're issuing the caution for, what's the reason behind the caution, etc. But you can always go back and caution that until you restart play. Great question.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let me
The ones with their name.
share the screen here again. All right, for our third clip here, let me start this one over. All right, here we go.
JC Obergot, the ones with their names on the score sheet. That's a hard 2-foot attempt.
All right, we'll watch it one more time here.
JC Obergot, the ones with their names on the score sheet. That's a hard 2-foot attempt.
All right. Do I have a volunteer for this one? Again, there are no wrong answers. Just walk me through your considerations and what you see in the clip.
I'll go ahead and walk through that a little bit. I think it was definitely excessive force right there, coming up, cleats up, 2-footed. I think that'd be a red card right there.
All right. So the theme of the night, right? I'm going to ask you to put on your referee hat and explain it to me in your best common vernacular that we all share here as officials, right? When you see it's a perfect freeze frame. When you see this defender coming in to make this challenge, walk me through speed, the intensity, point of contact, mode of contact, maybe even game situation. Look at where we're at in the game here, right? Talk me through everything that you see on this screen here.
Well, we're at the 90th minute of the game, and the score is 3-0. So he's probably a little mad. So he's coming in obsessed. He's got some excessive. He's coming in with cleats up with excessive force, with two cleats to the man's leg. So I think that'd be a red card right there.
Yeah, and the commentators do a really good job at spoiling this one for us at the end of the clip, right? This tackle's made, two legs, straight legged, studs exposed right through this poor attacker. Hope the attacker's okay. As you mentioned, this red defender is down 3-0. They have pretty much all but lost the game at this point. Thank goodness this is happening right in front of the official. This is the potential. Again, this can be a flashpoint in any one of your games. Anytime you see a nasty, nasty challenge like this, proximity is good, right? If there's only two players there, being physically present, not between players, but physically where you're comfortable, can help de-escalate this. Because if you were thinking about this from the blue team's perspective, this is a flashpoint. Why are you making the challenge like that in a 3-0 game in stoppage time? 2 foot, comes over the ball, high speed, high intensity, really nasty challenge. So yeah, I completely agree with the send off here. It's a pretty easy red card report to write up as well. All right, can somebody confirm? Can you see the new clip? I just opened it up. This is going to be our last one for the night here. We just got a few minutes left, everybody.
Yeah, I can.
All right, the new clip's up. All right, we're going to play this one here.
Attacked by Corey.
Okay, so interesting one. This one happens quick here.
Attacked by Corey.
All right, I'm gonna show it a third time. This is an interesting clip for me.
Attacked by Corey.
All right,
By Corey.
last clip of the night. Patrick, can I pick on you? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Up, or did he drop? He looks like he might have dropped off here. All right, can I get just one last volunteer here to walk me through the last clip?
Sorry, I'm here. I had to take a call from a referee. I walked away from my computer. Can we play
no
the clip
worries.
one more time?
Yeah. Here, we'll start it over for you.
Attacked by Corey. Attacked by Corey.
You want it one last time?
I think I got the gist of it. So it looks like a high boot to me.
Attacked by
Like he definitely slides in from a risky angle. His legs are clear off the ground. I can't tell if it's 1 or 2 feet. I know I see one leg for sure. The other leg looks like it might be bent. So I have location of the contact is high, dangerous. Don't know that he necessarily gets the ball, but he definitely gets the player. Speed is medium pace. Level of force used. If we play it back, it's kind of hard because again it's choppy, but I believe the level of force is medium for me, depending on what actually happens versus what we can see in the choppy video. Would either be a yellow, potentially rising a little higher for me.
Yeah, and so Patrick, I understand the video quality's been a challenge today, but this bottom leg does actually slowly swing through.
Okay, so that second leg, perfect. Then absolutely 100% every day I have the red. If that factor is added and that details are available, then I absolutely have read.
So, Patrick, could you explain to, I know we have some newer officials on here tonight. Could you explain to everybody here, why is that second foot so critical to you on escalating this from a challenge that is just reckless to being that of excessive force?
100%. So when I look at judging a challenge, I'm looking for, was the force used reasonable and necessary, right? And as players, right, for anybody who has played the game, I think to myself, if I was playing, am I being responsible with my body and using a necessary amount of force to win that ball, or am I ensuring that I commit this reckless or excessive force tackle, right? When have I as a player ever been taught that I should jump in with 2 feet and or swing another foot through at the end, if not to just take out the player, right? Really what you're asking yourself, putting yourself in the referee's standpoint, is does the level of force, right, is it consistent with what soccer expects, right? It is, yes, is there an attempt to play the ball, but for that second leg afterwards, what is that doing except the player's disregard for the safety of the opponent, right? So for me, the added factor of, we have this challenge that is dangerous in nature, right? He slides in riskily, he slides in with a high boot, and then he comes through with that scissor move or sweeps through and gets that player's leg, right? The ball is long gone, long away. That follow through would be an example of excessive. You've exceeded the necessary force that's expected for that challenge, and we have to penalize that infraction to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Thankfully, this player doesn't look like he's injured, but it definitely could have been.
Spot on. Patrick, thank you for your walking us through that thought process. So we are at the top of the hour here. I'd like to thank everybody for dialing in to the continuous education webinar this evening. Sorry about the video quality. We'll work to make it better for next time and make the links publicly available. Thanks, Alan. That's great feedback. As always, appreciate the conversations. Feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions or want to discuss anything a little further. And hope everybody's having a great season, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks. Have a good evening.
I'm here with you, Tim. I'm logged in as Jenny.
Same. Yeah, I had to steal it, but not sure why I couldn't unmute everybody, but we'll see here.